committee to come and pay our respects in the wake of this sad development, the passing away of Mama Winnie Mandela. She was a very special woman to all components of the alliance. We respected her deeply in the party for a very sterling role that he played in the liberation struggle. At a time when the apartheid regime was trying by all means that our movement is forgotten, wiped out, and especially the name of Nelson Mandela. But Mama Winnie kept the fires burning, kept the name of the ANC despite all the difficulties that were there, and also kept the name of Nelson Mandela not to be forgotten, which was an attempt that the apartheid government had tried to do. We are truly saddened and shocked because we were under the impression that she had passed the worst in terms of her health, to then suddenly learn that she passed away on Monday. So we had come to wish the family strength as well as her comrades, to say that much as this may be more painful to the family, but this is a loss to the nation as a whole, to be quite honest. Not just the family, important as the family is, not just the SACP, important as she was to us, but the nation as a whole. She really played her role. Perhaps that's how we should comfort ourselves, that she did all that was supposed to be done, despite some of the brutal methods that were used by the apartheid regime to try and break her.
Her passing on comes at a time when the ANC is trying to ensure that there's unity preparations to the elections. What can you learn as an alliance from her life and also her commitment?
It is indeed sad that she lives at this time as our movement is trying to rebuild itself after having gone through a terrible period, actually, that was threatening to tear the ANC apart and to tear the alliance apart. But maybe then, in order to turn this loss into something constructive for ourselves, is to say in her name we shall deepen our efforts to unite the ANC as well as to unite the alliance, and use her as that symbol of the unity of our movement. Because we are absolutely clear, without the unity of the movement as a whole, even the gains that we've made as a country, they can actually be reversed in a manner that we hadn't thought of. So we need to then say, in order to say goodbye to Mama Winnie properly, let's commit to rebuild the unity, the image, and the respect and the dignity that our movement has had.
I would just like to slip in one question there, Secretary General, and it's around the image of the ANC. As you would have noticed today, the former president, Jacob Zuma, was here and addressed at the very same spot you did. The question really is about whether or not the SACP will be outside court on Friday in support of the former president when he goes through the court case.
Definitely not. We are of the view as the SACP that now we really do need to respect the courts. The courts have come around to establish that this case must go ahead, and we will abide by that. We won't be outside the court this time around.
How is it different from the previous court case in Pietermaritzburg?
Well, that's a long story, Sophie, which I can't answer in a brief, impromptu press conference, because at that time we were really convinced that there was serious abuse of state institutions to fight and settle internal scores. We were convinced. There were many signs of that. And as the Communist Party, we were very consistent. We did not only take this matter up in relation to former President Zuma. When comrades Cyril, Tokyo, and Matthew Posa were being accused of plots that were not there just because they were wanting to stand for some positions in the ANC, we're the first ones to come out to say, this thing must not be done, it must come to an end. Even today, we will continue to fight any abuse of state institutions to settle political scores. At the moment, in terms of what has happened over the last 10 to 12 years, this matter being in and out of court, argued, and in the end, the President, Zuma himself, admitted through his lawyers, that it was irrational for this case actually to be withdrawn by the National Prosecuting Authority. So it's not only us, it's his lawyers as well who have said that. So let's allow the process to take its course. Thank you.